Hello flock, and this is a impromptu vid because I haven't uploaded anything and I kind of need to, not for any monetization reasons or anything like that. It's just I'm a very big procrastinator and I need to get something uploaded, so that's what I'm kind of taking charge of and doing now. If that makes any sense to anybody, I hope it does. And I couldn't really think of anything to talk about, so I was like, hey, got these plushies over the summer. They are utterly huge, and I'm not meaning to choke anybody, and I'm not putting anyone in a chokehold here, but basically I thought I'd talk about my first experience with Fnaf. So yeah, I mean, my first experience was when Dan TDM played it all of those years ago. He was playing through like a horror streak at the time. He fell off his chair and Chica jump scared him. I remember that. Good times. And so that was my first experience. I was watching it at like 6 o'clock while I was on holiday somewhere. I can't remember where. It was some like Centre Parks, I think. I don't really know. It was a while ago. And then but it wasn't until popular MMOs played it that I started to get a little more, it started coming up in my recommended. Didn't have a channel yet at that point. And so it started coming up, and also I started looking into theories. And my friend who I've talked about, who hid in the bathroom when they got jump scared, they were the one who got me into Smike. And I'm watching popular MMOs start playing it. I think he was playing it around this time. I don't know. I was watching people. And then, from Smike, I found Blue Shirt. I always say it wrong. Green Shirt, Blue Jeans Man, which was the first experience I ever had with 8-bit gaming. Okay, background. That's not what I wanted to see, but we're going with it. So that was my first experience with 8-bit gaming. And obviously so that's how I got to like basically where I am now. I just continue watching it and all the game theory and all of that. But that's not just what I'm talking about. When I first watched the theories, when I was, I think, end of year 5, start of year 6. So how old was I? Well, year 6, you're about 11, 10, 11 years old. So I go to bed after watching it, and I have this dream where I'm running through a maze, and there's Freddy, but it's Freddy for some reason 2D. I can't remember why, but I don't know. It was weird. Okay, it was very, very bizarre. And basically, what happened was I woke up, and it was about 4:30 in the morning, and so I didn't know what to do, obviously. And I was all sweaty, like, it was a nightmare, realistically. So I went and I did that, and then I woke up and I just was like, well, I guess I'm not going back to sleep now, I was too scared to. So I turned my light on, because I have a lamp on my bedside table. I turned that on, and I just read, literally, until it was like 7 o'clock. I don't know how I wasn't tired as heck for school the next day. I mean, oh my goodness. But weirdly enough, that was the only time I ever had a nightmare. Never had a nightmare about Five Nights at Freddy's again. And so that in itself is, I guess, kind of weird. But I mean, the weirdest thing that's come out of my Five Nights at Freddy's addiction, kind of, bearing in mind I was keeping it on the DL from my parents. They only just found out this year that I actually love FNAF, so hooray. Or maybe end of last year. Around this time. And so I basically, was keeping it quite hidden, so this is why I couldn't go. Because obviously FNAF's like, what, 12 rated, even that? But I thought it was 18 rated, that was what was going around. So I thought I was being so naughty, but I wasn't. And I really don't know why I'm even saying this. And bearing in mind, I am being careful about this type of thing. Well, not this, but I mean, because I'm going to record more than one of these type of stories. Because I just think they're kind of funny, and people may relate to them. They probably won't, but you never know. But obviously, I'm not an idiot. I do know people who, from my school, are subscribed. So therefore, guys, I'm not gonna give you anything blackmail. If you try and taunt me on it, I'll laugh with you guys because it's funny. And I've had, you know, many years to get over the fact that Fnaf doesn't scare me anymore. Which, I mean, I don't... You can tell I haven't scripted this. I'm going off the no script I had to begin with. But I think my favourite times for Fnaf... Well, no. Okay, I'm going to actually say who used to terrify me the most. Some of you might know this, I probably mentioned it. It was the marionette. And I don't know why, but Smike's video on the facts of it terrified the living daylights out of me. I literally could not. It was ridiculous. I used to literally come downstairs early in the morning because for some reason I was like, you know what? Let's just get up earlier. You know, that's clearly what you just do. It's just, you know, get up earlier. You can watch more FNAF. You can go more laptop time, all of that. So I was getting up about 6:30. I was like sneaking downstairs. Yeah. I know. Ridiculous. Not even that bad, but I thought I was being so naughty. And the laptop I'm speaking of is the laptop I'm recording this on. So this is why it's now nicknamed the Lagtop, because it's kind of old and we've had it a few years. It was originally the family laptop, it's now kind of mine. Yes. But Charlie, but the thing is, I saw the books for FNAF come out, obviously when they came out, and I was like, I'm never going to be able to get to read them until I'm like 18 and I can buy my own stuff online. But then, I saw one of the other one. I saw the Silver Eyes, the Twisted ones, in one of those catalogues. I don't know if people get school-tastic catalogues in any other school. I don't know. But they came in. So I obviously give it till... So I was like, I want to get it. It sounds cool. My mother was like, isn't there another one? And I was like, yes, and I do want it. And that's kind of where all the FNAF came out there. The old, you know, something like 4 years worth of... Not 4 years worth of FNAF, but 3 years worth of FNAF came out at that point. So, yep, I basically said, and it's like, okay, as long as you're not scared, was the answer. So, I tried to hide that for no reason at all, except being a bit of a numpty. And I guess that's technically where this story concludes, and also this video. And I will just slap this out without any editing. So if you're wondering where my intro was at the start, there isn't going to be one. Well, there wasn't one, because you've already seen this, you're watching it right now. So yeah, I'm just going to say, ta-ta. Wait, which button is the stop button? Ah! V! Ta-ta!